1 year, 1 billion in sales, and we're just getting started.
This video started as an exploration. My biggest concern was the hype around Palm Jebel Ali. So in the first part, we touched that topic where, okay, there is an infrastructure to be developed. So we showed you the location from a helicopter. We explained to you the trunk of the current Palm Jumeirah, where we went through, okay, these are the projects on the left-hand side, these are projects on the right-hand side. In the span of the next 3 to 4 years, there will be around 6,000 apartments coming in, maybe more. We explained the location of the apartments, that they were at the start of the front, which is awkward, which shouldn't have been the case. Why we like products like Oasis? Because it's a definitive period, right? Okay, so by 2030, I can exit from my investment. So since this entire infrastructure, the south of Dubai, is the next wave of infrastructure, is the future, are there other opportunities? Let's explore the entire coastline. That's how we started this journey. Now, I've been shocked by this particular location. So we are at Jurf. This coastline is called Sahel Al Emarat. Now, I want to talk about the developer. Now, this is extremely key. One of the biggest differences between, let's say, Dubai and Abu Dhabi is that Abu Dhabi, the market is really controlled. In Dubai, every day you're going to find a new developer, right? Every Tom, Dick and Harry is a developer in Dubai. I'm literally structuring a deal for a client because if he had a certain investment objective. So I've picked up a plot, I'm negotiating a deal with the developer to suit his objective. In Abu Dhabi, it's different. It's a very controlled market, right? So in Dubai as well, I always tell you, work with the right people, right? Developers, don't trust every developer. Let me explain a bit about Imkan. So Imkan's parent company is ADCG, which is Abu Dhabi Capital Group. They have around 26 projects around 3 continents. Or most importantly, they have the Makers District on Reem Island. It's the only project on Reem Island in Abu Dhabi, which has a private beach. This is Al Jurf on Sahel Al Emarat. And you have Nudra on Saadiyat. Now, Nudra on Saadiyat, again, blew my mind because when I studied the numbers, where the project actually was selling initially in 2017-18 at around 9 million was the launch price. Some investors got between 8 and 9. Today, they're selling up to 47 million. You can find the details on Property Finder. If you study the master plan of this project, I will go inside. I'll explain what are the different districts. I want to show one more. I want to just show one door site over here. This is a heritage land. Right behind, we literally have the summer palace of His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. Here you have your VVIP coastline, which used to be, that's why it's called Sahel Al Emarat. It used to be the retreat for the sheikhs. Hence, you have palaces on both sides, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. If Dubai did try creating a Riviera, which was the Mirasis project, Port de la Mer, but this is the Riviera of the Emirates. You should follow me on our journey. We will be going through the entire coastline. We'll be showing you the next projects, which is Yas Island, Fahid Island, Ramhan Island, Jebel Island, Saadiyat Island, Hudayriat Island. You're going to physically see it and understand the differences. But as of now, from my understanding of the UAE market, This is one of your most premium opportunities. Look at the color of the sea. Just now, if you study again that Shah Wellness Resort, all the 100 million villas have been completely sold out.
See, so as Zohaib mentioned, now the importance of open sea, right? All of these on the open sea, or basically by the open sea, these are almost at 100 million, completely sold out. What we have are villas which are on the shoreline. Again, we have these garden villas which are 4 bedrooms. Now these are almost around 25 to 30 mil. These start at 35 to 40 mil. And then we have some villas at the back. This again highlights the ultra luxury section of the whole of Al Jurf. Only 86 villas in total, 51 apartments, and out of which almost 50% of the community is sold out. So now a very interesting thing is payment plan, right? Because we need flexibility at the end of the day. Now with Imkan, one thing which at least they have told us is the payment plan ideally is 70-30, but we can even negotiate it up till 40-60. It all depends on the client's cash flow. If the client wants to have more leverage, for example, in terms of a bank, then the price can increase a little bit, but he or she is only paying 40%. If the client is cash flow rich and they want a reduction in price, then we can reduce the price by giving a 70-30 payment plan as well.
So we're starting with Fahid. We're supposed to start with Yas, but I thought we're covering more of the coastline. Yas is not exactly circled around coastline. Yas is more about Disney World, the parks, the facilities, Sea World, and Fahid Island, again, very interesting project. This entire row were the apartments. We're expecting around 6,000 apartments. This central green spine is quite interesting. I think it's one of the largest green spines I've ever seen. What I missed in Marsa Al Jurf, in Imkan, the project over there in Jurf, was that the width of the canal was around 75 to 80 meters. This is a very important point when it comes to projects. You should always ask, when you see a lagoon, always ask the width. The width of this park is around 80 to 150 meters, which is fantastic. It's a good width. And apart from lifestyle facilities, now the newer projects in Dubai are focusing on this, right? Lifestyle, community, got the schools, got the parks, jogging tracks, fitness tracks, mosque. The villas, there are about 300 to 400 villas. The exact numbers are not out yet. But this is what I mentioned. It's not on the open sea. I'll explain this open sea concept over here. So there are some islands that we can identify. So in the future, we don't know the islands that may come. So that's what I meant when I said it's not on the open sea. Still premium waterfront community, no doubt. But this is more focused on these apartment buildings. Remember, I told you I was really impressed with Jacob & Co.'s apartment building because it was one of those rare buildings that I've seen that is not facing the villas. I get a bit annoyed when I see apartments facing villas. It's a lack of privacy, and it's not fair that I pay a premium price. Prices being quite similar, it starts at around 7 million, goes upwards, clearly based on the position. The apartments, the price per square foot is starting at around 3,500 on average. What I've seen, the better units were around 4,000 dirham per square foot plus. That is why I had an inclination towards Dubai for this particular project. But again, it's important to understand the coastline. The objective of these videos are, let's understand every product on the market and then decide which product makes sense. Let's just go outside. I want to show you the place. This is very interesting because this really reminds me of Saadiyat. So we'll be seeing Saadiyat shortly, and then we'll understand the numbers of Saadiyat. The numbers of Saadiyat are nothing like I've ever seen before. Now let's go outside.
So you can see the commitment.
And that's the original color of the sand, but Dubai and Abu Dhabi wants to make sure that the look, right? What's happening in Sinia as well. Want to make sure it's white sand and turquoise sea. We can see the Abu Dhabi city And we'll be observing again, like I said, Rahman Island, Jebel Island is on the other side, and we'll go towards Saadiyat and eventually Hudayriat to understand the locations. Now, the core difference is we need to identify, let's say, okay, I've spoken about 2021, I spoke about the golden belt. Now we have, let's say, a diamond belt. The diamond belt is between Tham Jebel Ali till Al Jurf, right? That section is your next wave of infrastructure. Over here, the prices have elevated. Saadiyat, the prices touched 9,000. So Fahid till Saadiyat, or let's say Yas till Saadiyat, the prices have jumped. So that little section over there, the prices haven't jumped yet. So let's say I called in 2021, I called the golden belt. The prices started at 1,800. Today, the prices are 3,500 to 4,000. Hi, I'm Mohammed Zohaib. Born and raised in Dubai, this city is truly my home. I began my real estate journey back in 2009 with Imkan, and now with 17 years of experience, I can say with absolute confidence, just consultation doesn't cut it anymore. That's why 3X Capital we go beyond, offering not just consulting. Yes, we are the best in consulting, but also business setup, mortgage services, Airbnb, property management, corporate structuring, golden visa solutions, and even crypto advisory. We approach every client with a luxury concierge mindset, trying to ensure you receive seamless end-to-end support on every step of your investment journey. Welcome to 3X, a new norm in Dubai, where Habibi meets global opportunity. Thank you for watching the show reel. So have you seen how I spoke to all my investors saying, invest now in the golden belt. The prices are going to jump. Similarly, that diamond belt is your next wave of infrastructure. In the next 5 to 8 years, we have a huge opportunity to see opportunities like prices jumping from, let's say, your 16 to 18 million to 47, 50 million. That's your zone. But let's see if we can find more zones. So let's go on with our journey.
This is another fact people don't talk about, okay? Yas Island is on the flight path. Nobody talks about it, okay? That's all I was saying. I don't want to speak more. Don't mess it up, Abu Dhabi.
If I don't speak about certain products, there are reasons maybe sometimes I'm unable to talk about, So that is why this channel is very different. Every single product you can see from 2021 all the way till date, every single product that we have that's spoken slightly positive about, you can see the price jump. It would be anywhere from 50 to 60%. It's gone all the way up to 300%.
We are in Saadiyat Island right now. We're actually in the St. Regis Hotel and Residences. Now, very interestingly, Saadiyat Island is considered one of the most, or I would say the number one premium beachfront luxury destination in Abu Dhabi. Because if you look at Abu Dhabi, obviously the whole mainland, which is leasehold, where obviously all your officials, workplaces, everything happens. And then you have Yas Island on one side, extended to Fahid, and then you have Saadiyat Island as well. See, one thing which I really like and which we spoke about in our videos is why again we were looking towards Al Jurf is because you can see this is now open sea. So this is genuinely open sea. You have white sand. You don't have any brown, or again, this is very pristine and very, very, very delicate sand. It's actually very soft. So when you walk, you can feel the difference. Now, just talking about supply. So behind us, there's something called as Saadiyat Lagoons. So Saadiyat Lagoons was again an expansive measure in Al Saadiyat Island itself. It has almost 2,500 villas. It's spanning almost over 60 million square feet. Over there, your price per square feet, you can get anywhere between that 2,000 to 2,500 dirham per square feet mark. So I think in Abu Dhabi, what I have seen at least is because Abu Dhabi is not really built much in, let's say, the inland portion. It's particularly these islands where fewer properties have come in. as you move towards the beach or as you move towards the water itself in Saadiyat, your price per square feet, especially for villas, can jump up to 4,500, 5,000. And there are certain listings where they're almost selling at above 8,000 dirham per square feet mark. So again, how this was achieved, how let's say something like a Saadiyat Island, now we can see that infrastructure is ready. Infrastructure, again, it's still yet to come. I think there is almost 40% of the whole of, let's say, residential units yet to be delivered. But you can see that Saadiyat itself, the whole idea of something which is VIP luxury open sea, which is very rare itself.
See, for me, real estate investment is a lot about benchmarking, right? So let's say Saadiyat is benchmarked as the ultra luxury in Abu Dhabi. The benchmark in Dubai keeps changing, according to me, especially during the last some time. Now the coastline, especially after that helicopter shot that we've done or the trip that we've done, I think now premium waterfront residence in Dubai has to be benchmarked from Jumeirah Bay Island, where Ronaldo's house is. Okay, let's benchmark it from there. Why? Because we have the Naya Island coming by Shamal, Louis Vuitton villas. Okay, we have Asora Bay.
Yep.
We have the Peninsula. These are, I mean, the Peninsula, we're looking at prices at 17,000 dirham per square foot selling off plan, which is quite interesting. The benchmark in Abu Dhabi is Saadiyat, right?
Yes.
Now, another interesting point in Saadiyat is, see, again, real estate investment is about, okay, we want to understand historical data, right? Historical data can be analyzed only in Saadiyat, Reem, Yas Island, as of now, to see the success rate. And Jebel Island. I'm coming to a point here. So if I compare, let's say, Saadiyat and Jebel, right, it's very interesting, okay? Because this is beautiful, right? It's so nice. Jebel is similar. It's not the open sea. It is still very similar, the location. Today, we might not be able to get the sun setting. Maybe next time we'll have to do Hudayriat the next time. But Jebel, the resale market was not very successful. Maybe it's a long-term holding. Why? Now, this is the problem when it's a big master plan. It's a huge master plan, right? It didn't complete. People are like, okay, there'll be more stock that comes. So why invest now, right? That's a separate case study that we're going to give. Just Saadiyat versus Jebel is a case study. Here, because it's complete, the branding is right. So one is design of houses. If you just look at a house in Jebel and house in Saadiyat, that's one factor. Branding is another factor. Master plan development is the third factor. If you look at the houses in Saadiyat as well, they're not exactly your ultra-modern, contemporary, minimalist designs, you know. Nowadays, the designs that are coming these are some factors that we'll have to take into account. Let's complete Hudayriat as well, okay? And then we'll give you a proper assessment. After that, we'll take you to Dubai, okay? Because how do you make investment, right? We need to see, okay, what can challenge, you know, we are hunting for the best deal, right? What is the benchmark we got for this trip? Marsa Al Arab, next to Burj Al Arab, was the benchmark.
Absolutely.
Started at 16 million, sold at 55 million. Can we get a deal like this?
Yep.
Because there's no point in looking at a Saadiyat and a Reem and a Yas that has peaked. It's like looking at the villas and the price in Palm Jumeirah.
Yep.
Emirates Hills.
Correct.
I hate it when real estate agents come and say, hey, you know what? I bought a Jumeirah Islands villa at 2 million, now it's selling at 20 million. That comparison doesn't make sense.
Absolutely.
So let's head off to Hudayriat. It has to be a part 3. We'll have to head off to Hudayriat.
Yeah. I think just to end part 2 itself, we started with obviously Palm Jumeirah and then we went to Palm Jebel Ali. It was more of a decodation of, cancelling the noise of the hype, for example. Obviously, we went into something which we both for the first time looked into, which was Al Jurf, which was very interesting.
Jurf was extremely interesting.
Very exclusive, very limited.
The opportunity I saw in Jurf, I've not seen in Saadiyat as of now because the prices are peaked. It's a different product, right? It's like comparing Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali. But I want to identify the opportunity in Hudayriat. Yeah. And then we have to compare location. We have to use the case study of Saadiyat versus Jebel. Classic, right? And then we have to compare it with opportunities in Dubai, and then we can come with an assessment.
Absolutely.
So part 1 started off with Palm Jebel Ali, okay, where there was so much hype that people didn't understand the infrastructure to be developed.
we started going around the coastline. We went to Jurf. We understood Fahid. Right opposite Fahid is Jebel. We have reached Saadiyat. Yas Island is not exactly beachfront.
Yeah, I mean,
There are opportunities because of Disney World. We'll explain that maybe in another video. Our next stop will be Hudayriat Island. We'll understand on the coastline opportunity. Then we'll head back to Dubai. So the sun's setting. We'll have to head back to Dubai now. We'll come back to Hudayriat Island and then we'll give you our assessment on which is a solid opportunity and why.
correct.
All right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. And let me know. As of now, I think Marsa Al Jurf is the toughest or the best comparison to Marsa Al Arab, but let's see.